You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
Sunny 93.3, thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris.
Fly like an eagle. Fly like an eagle.
Okay.
If you squint, it sounds just like Steve Miller.
I don't even need to squint. It sounds identical.
Hey,
Squinting doesn't help me, but
this is perfect, man, because we are all about God and country.
Yes, we are.
Absolutely.
Ooh, it happens to be American Eagle Day.
Nice.
is it really?
Yes, and you know, the usage of that bird as the symbol for our country was kind of a tumultuous thing.
It
It
was.
was.
Yeah, they were trying to figure out what was going to represent us. And
You know what Ben Franklin wanted?
He wanted a, well, you know what? There's no record of him saying he wanted a turkey.
Really?
There's no historical record saying he wanted that. He did, however, say that he felt the eagle was a bird of low moral character, which I have no idea where he get that from.
How does a bird have low morals? That's hilarious.
It was actually pretty funny.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I honestly think I would get along really well with Ben Franklin.
There were actually several different seals established for the United States back in 1776, but none of them were accepted totally by Congress. Eventually, the job of designing the seal was given to Charles Thompson, then serving Secretary of Congress, who took all of the best elements from all of these entries and then presented designs with the eagle on them. And I guess kind of stole the show, and away we go.
They go, I like this one. This one here with the eagle.
I like the eagle anyway.
Look at
I
that
think
eagle.
that was a great choice.
Like an eagle. So if you see an eagle today, just go, hey, how you doing?
A high five.
Hey, congratulations. It's your day.
How you doing, man?
It's a good day for them.
Maybe bake them a cake. I don't know. Sing him a song. Give him a little back rub.
Something of low moral character. He'll appreciate that.
Yeah, maybe buff their beak, shine it up a little.
What were you doing this morning? I was buffing an eagle's beak. What's it to you?
That would explain why you're missing 3 fingers. So there you go. Salute, man.
All right. Thank you so much, Dan. Coming up, we've got Ranger Dan's Critter Corner. We got a lot of other fun stuff to do. It's all happening on this Thursday edition of the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3.
Do you have a credit card? Is it the very best credit card? Many people get their credit card as a response to an offer that was mailed to you. These are typically not the best cards. Check the fine print for the fees and interest. We have a website that compares many different cards being offered so you can find the one that's the best fit for you. If you'd like to find a better credit card, we'd love to help at bettercreditcards.net. There's no obligation. Just click and compare to see if we can get you a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Hi, Ranger Dan.
Can't even. Good morning, children.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
I'm Ranger Dan, and my function is to lay critter knowledge on you. So, hey, little radio rangers, gather around the radio. Here we go. This is kind of a big deal. You're familiar with oysters, right?
I've heard of
Sure.
them.
Oysters, and we know that every now and again you can find a pearl in an oyster.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you shuck oysters, and there used to be oyster bars, and those were a big deal. And
Oyster
you eat
crackers.
Oysters and oysters. This is fascinating. Oysters
Yeah.
can and do change from one gender to another.
Really?
And back again.
What?
Depending on which suits them best for mating at that particular time.
Really?
How in the world does that work?
I don't know. It's
That's
crazy, but
the Jenner oyster? Is that
yes,
what it is?
yes, in marine biological circles, that is known as the Bruce Jenner effect.
That's what I don't think that's what it is.
Well, you weren't in Ranger school,
I
were
did
you,
not.
John?
No, I did skip Ranger school completely.
That's exactly. And keep in mind, a lot of people don't know this. Rangers, such as myself,
Yeah.
it's not just our job. Pardon me.
You okay over there, Ranger Dan?
Oh, I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. Don't smoke, kids, and eat your vegetables.
Yes. Don't smoke your vegetables.
Being a role model is stressful. But I don't just preserve critters and plant life and things, but I also serve as law enforcement.
Yeah.
Okay.
in the woods and make sure that
Sure.
things are safe for hikers and outdoorsmen and hunters and campers.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
And things of that nature.
Yeah.
This past Saturday in Newton Hills, I tased a guy
Did you really?
just for wearing Crocs.
That is fair. That's fair.
Told him I was doing it because I saw him poking a raccoon with a stick, but actually I hadn't. That whole Crocs thing, I go crazy.
No, yeah, that's fair.
I'm wearing Crocs right now.
There you go. That's another thing, kids. Stay in school, eat your vegetables, and don't wear Crocs. I'm Ranger Dan.
This is Ranger Dan's Critter Corner right here on Sunny. Why? Just because we can. Thanks for listening on a Thursday.
The inventor of Rip It gloves has been a drywall guy for decades. He was trying to find gloves that worked for him and his crew, but nothing was quite right. So he went out and created some. Rip It gloves fit firm in your hand and protect your hands, but still allow you to use a touchscreen. Professional athletes love the extra grip Rip It gloves gives them. Painters, roofers, contractors, but also motorcycle and horseback riders. See why everyone loves Rip It gloves at ripitgloves.com. Use promo code radio to save 25%. That's RIPIT gloves.com, promo code radio.
Sunny 93.3. Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris.
Oh, let's see here. Oh, this is fascinating. Every now and again we find out, what's, in the Midwest here, what's the big deal in this state, or what's the big deal in Minnesota, or what.
Sure.
I found this just the other day, and the title is Weirdest Things Every State is Proud of.
Oh, yeah.
Just random weird things that every state seems to think they'll include it in their little tourism brochures.
Sure.
Is ours a building with corn stuck to it?
It is, which is kind of the most boring on here, but maybe it's just because we're used to it. Yeah, in South Dakota, the designation is our Corn Palace.
And if you live in Mitchell, I don't dislike the Corn Palace. I think it's cool, but it is kind of weird.
That thing's been cranking since like 1921.
Yeah. I think it's longer than that.
Okay, well, the design we see now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm actually surprised that Wall Drug isn't our thing. It's just a giant pharmacy.
It is. It's kind of another
you
weird
can't believe how let down I felt the first time I
Right?
went to Wall Drug.
After the
I was angry.
900th billboard.
I wanted to talk to the manager.
Excuse me. You guys need to get some more cool stuff.
Good. I want to talk to the manager.
After seeing billboards for 300 miles, you're a little let down when you finally walk in the door.
As heard on the evening news on CBS.
Well, let us see what our neighboring states.
Yeah, what do they have going on?
In North Dakota, the giant Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea figures.
Okay,
I've
didn't know
never
they had
They're big,
those.
like 30-foot tall, one-dimensional metal figures.
Really?
They
All right.
hang out in Bismarck, apparently.
We'll have to get out more often, apparently.
Okay, let's see here. Minnesota, I've actually seen this. The largest freestanding hockey stick on the planet is in Elevith, Minnesota.
all right.
It weighs about 10,000 pounds. There's a giant puck involved, too. And the reason it's not quite the biggest, there is a bigger hockey stick in Canada, but that one is bolted to a building.
Oh, and this was
This is the
freestanding.
largest freestanding.
So it's like, it's
Right
like
here in
these-
Sioux Falls, you can go to hockey headquarters. My buddy Bert Parks over there. He has a pretty darn big hockey stick bolted to his building.
Does he? But it's not a world's largest.
No, but it's a big one.
It's a big one. In Minnesota, they have all these technicalities because they also have the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota. It's not the world's largest,
Right.
but it's the world's largest that was built by one man, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, and giant
wait a minute.
walleye and blah, blah, blah.
Like it's just
Don't
kind
they have the Green Giant? Is that in Blue Earth, Minnesota?
Yeah, Blue Earth, Minnesota. But I just think it's interesting, all the technicalities. It's the biggest hockey stick in the world. Well, there's a bigger one in Canada. What's the biggest one freestanding?
Well, yeah. Iowa has the hula hoop tree.
The what?
What is that?
Hula hoop tree in Amber, Iowa.
Okay, what?
After a severe storm one day, apparently a couple of hoops
Got stuck in a tree?
Okay.
hung up in a tree. And over the years, people have just flung more up there, and this thing is just...
We could do that here. I mean, that is...
Okay.
Well, we got a shoe tree, and where is it? Trent or Eagle, whatever. What
do we?
What's the meth capital of South Dakota?
I don't know.
I
is
do
it
not
Trent?
know.
Is it
Yeah, there's a shoe tree.
a shoot where people throw their shoes?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, sir.
Why haven't I seen that postcard?
Well,
Where are
you
their
haven't been
Yeah,
to
where
one.
are their postcards?
Let's see. What is my personal favorite? In Alliance, Nebraska. This is so
Oh,
great.
is it-
Carhenge?
Yeah, it's like Stonehenge, but
This is cool. Created in 1987 by Tim Reinders as a tribute to his dad. He's got 38 automobiles.
Okay.
stacked in the same shapes
Stacked
as...
nose down as
wow.
Stonehenge. And they're
People
painted,
go and see it.
Okay.
It's a big... I've seen a lot of photos of that,
yeah,
by the
they're
way.
painted gray, and it's just kind of cool.
I've seen a lot of photos on social media of people who go through there and have to stop and see it. So it is a big deal.
Alrighty then.
And so we covered all of them? What was Iowa? Oh, it was the hula hoop
Many
tree.
as I wanted to. Yeah, there's actually 50 states, John, but good Lord.
What's Vermont got, Dan?
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't.
Well, thank you for that report. Coming up here in a bit, we've got Jeff Harding with Crescent Real Estate Group. We're going to be chatting with him, and we're going to tell you how you can win those tickets to Aerosmith. That's all on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour on Sunny 93.3.
Join us for a fun week in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic for the 3rd annual 80s in the Sand. We've been there the last 2 years. In addition to making a bunch of awesome new friends, we had so much fun meeting 80s actors and musicians. 80s in the Sand takes over the entire resort, so you'll mingle with them at the pools and the restaurants too. We'd love to have you join us. See the amazing lineup featuring Sammy Hagar and many more at radiotravelgroup.com. Save $200 per person for first-time guests at radiotravelgroup.com.
Sunny 93.3. Thanks for listening on a Thursday. I've got Jeff Harding with Crescent Real Estate Group. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Very good. You've brought guests today.
I did. We're growing at Crescent Real Estate. We've got new agents coming on. We've got some experienced ones that have came over from other agencies. But I brought a couple of them with me. We have Sandy Winkler and Alicia Luther. They both have freshly hung up licenses at Crescent Real Estate Group, and we're excited to have them.
Very, very cool. I'm going to slide over here and visit with you, Sandy. Now, let's talk a little bit about what you did before coming to Crescent Real Estate Group working with Jeff.
My focus primarily was within business administration. I left Avera to join the real estate group.
Very, very cool. And this is something that you've wanted to do for a while, isn't it?
Absolutely. I've always had a passion for real estate and thought it would be a good way to meet new people and make new connections.
And what was it that kind of drew you to this industry?
The whole aspect of being able to basically just help people reach their real estate goals.
Very, very cool. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And now we've got Alicia. Alicia, how are you?
I'm good.
What did you do before coming to Crescent?
Well, I was with the City of Sioux Falls Parks and Recreation Department for 15 years. And after I left there, I started an online clothing company that I do from home. And I really found that I missed people and I wanted to be with people more. And I've always been interested in real estate. And so this was a great opportunity with a new up-and-coming firm here in Sioux Falls.
That's awesome. And you get a lot of fun people to work with here.
I do, absolutely. We have a great time and really looking forward to getting more people on our team as well.
Now, what was it that drew you to the real estate business? Was there something in particular that said, boy, I just really want to do that?
Well, I'm kind of maybe that nerd that always goes online and snoops on Zillow. And I'm always looking for houses out there that are cool and unique. And I just felt like this would be a great opportunity for me to help somebody find the perfect house for them and start a new venture in their life. And my boys think I'm the coolest thing ever because we watch HGTV all the time. And now I get to be one of those people. So,
wow, now you are a realtor.
Yeah, they're like, cool, Mom, you're going to do that.
That's really cool. Yeah. Well, welcome to the team, both of you.
Thanks.
So you've added several people to the team here, Jeff, and you're not done yet, are you?
No, we've actually got a couple of people from another team in Sioux Falls that are coming over, and quite honestly, what we're looking for. We kind of go after the luxury real estate market, but we also list the $200,000 homes too. So we need somebody who has that magnetic personality. Not just somebody you'd let sell your home, but somebody you feel like, hey, this is somebody I could hang out with for an hour, If you've got that kind of a personality and you've got knowledge of the real estate business and how it works, that's probably the start of a pretty good fit with our firm. That's really what we're looking for.
And how would they go about getting a hold of you and saying, hey, I want to know more about this?
They can call me. My number is 605-521-3000, or they can find us at our website at crescentsells.com.
And we've got some cool announcements we're going to be making next week. But right now, we got to talk about one of the coolest things we're working on now is this big concert giveaway. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we're probably about a month away from figuring out who's won this thing, but you've got plenty of time to join. You can enter the contest. It's free. We're going to fly 2 people to Las Vegas. They're going to stay in a king suite at the Luxor. They're going to be leaving Sioux Falls on a Monday, coming back on a Friday. And the most awesome thing about the trip probably is that your last night there on Thursday night, you're going to be going to see Aerosmith at the MGM from some great seats right up front.
Now, how do they go about registering to win that?
Well, they can go to our Facebook group, and they can go to Sonny's Facebook group, and you can go to Sonny's website. But you click the link, and it'll just ask you some simple questions. What's your name? What's your phone number? And an email address. And, we do ask if you're looking to buy or sell a home in the next 12 months. Because if you are, we'd love to talk to you. But you don't need to be to enter the contest. We'll let anybody enter except Heidi, because she was banned from Las Vegas. So.
She wasn't really, by the way. I want to make sure people know that. But no, if you'd like to register, I always have to say that now, because you just never know.
There's a disclosure that you need to put out. No, that's not true.
If you'd like to register, you can do that right now. Simple and easy at sunnyradio.com or on our Facebook, facebook.com/sunnyradio. Credit cards. They can be trouble. About 12 years ago, we did a debt snowball program and got rid of our credit cards. We were debt-free except for our house. It was awesome. But over the course of the next decade, our credit score went down. That sounds weird, but they need open accounts to give you a score. Our lower score made our insurance rates go up. We decided to get a credit card to help with that. We just pay it off every month. If you want a better credit card, check out bettercreditcards.net. They'll help you compare all the different cards to get the best one for you. That's bettercreditcards.net. Sunny 93.3, time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Celebrities are sad. John, you're going to love this one.
All right.
So it came to light several months ago that you can only snap one of your hands.
My right hand. This left one doesn't
Which
snap.
Which is hilarious.
But we only discovered that because...
we were snapping one day.
Because we were talking about what? West Side Story, correct?
Yeah, I saw this on TV.
From the 50s. Well, guess
on
what?
On the internet, yeah. What is going on with your computer?
I turned something on that I probably shouldn't have turned on.
He's got...
Oh, my goodness. But an update, a remake, West Side Story, is in the works, and guess who's helming this thing?
I saw it, but I don't remember now.
Steven Spielberg.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, which is going to give whole new meaning to the sharks.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Jaws, Heidi. Who's the Jaws guy?
Nice.
What is this thing, 2021, something like this? Big production, but yes, Spielberg's at the helm, and in case you don't know, it's the story from 1957 or 58 about the Jets and the Sharks.
Snap their fingers.
A couple of New York street gangs, which was nice. Probably the only street gangs who have ever been that perfectly choreographed.
Yeah, exactly. And they could snap their fingers, both hands. And
both hands
everything.
at the same time when they're coming down the avenue. And speaking of sharks, and I only say this...
It does take a special skill to be able to snap both hands.
I can only do one.
Can you rub your stomach and pat your head at the same time? Oh, look at you!
Isn't he precious?
I think we thought you should wear Velcro closure sneakers, but I guess not.
I got this covered.
Holy cow, John.
Thank you very much.
Speaking of sharks, and to me... the Sharknado movie series is probably finest film series ever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Bite it, Star Wars. Don't care. But Tara Reid, who co-stars in all those movies, how I did not know this, I do not know. But she happens to be the daughter of now deceased actress Donna Reid.
Oh, really?
Who co-starred with Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful Life.
How did we not know that?
She was
had her
her
own
daughter.
TV series sitcom from 58 to 1966, The Donna Reid Show.
From Denison, Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I did not know that was her daughter.
That's why I'm bringing it up, man. I follow the celebrity beat, and sometimes I sniff stuff out that people might not know. And this is how I qualify my bonus status.
Yes, that is pretty darn cool. Dan, thank you very much for that
learned something
knowledge.
today, Dan.
West Side
Thank
Story is
you.
coming back. Sharks, Jets,
wait a second, though.
Sharknado.
What we learned today, is it accurate, or are you just feeding us a line here?
I know, right?
You'll have to look it up.
I know.
I never know what to believe.
I'm awesome.
He's really good at
Somebody bring me a mirror.
blending the lines of fact and fiction. It's Dan Farris on Sunny 93.3. Thanks for listening.